Hello, my name is Derek Bertubin, and I'm in the Mobile Development Degree Program here at Full Sail University. And I intend on using what I learned in the public speaking and presentation class that we're in right now to improve my ability to convey messages, ideas, concepts, and just ideas in general to potential investors and clients, and even create that awesome Kickstarter campaign video that I would broadcast to the entire world. And I think that illustrates why I will need to learn 21st century presenting going forward. And 21st century presenting, I don't think we'd get the full value of that unless we actually look at the evolution and where we came from. And we started with the Greeks, and they were very focused in composition and delivery of speeches, but it was very ornate. Oratory as well had its definitive set of rules and became a staple in the liberal arts education in the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. And that was great, but it excluded a lot of people. And that's where the Latin style of speech came into play. Years later, it focused on a very plain and simple style of speech, and I can imagine that this benefited many more people. Now, today, technology in the 21st century allows us to reach millions, sometimes even billions. And with the advent of recording and the internet, messages, speeches can be heard years later, like the greatest speech ever told by Charlie Chaplin. I think that's what they call it now. And I Had a Dream speech. These happened years ago, but we're still benefiting from them today. But with the advent of technology and the introduction to it, there's a lot of do's and don'ts to keep in mind. And then we get to see these in Gar Reynolds' video and also Phil Wanickel's videos in this first week, where technology can actually become a barrier for us connecting with our audience. And the term death by PowerPoint, I think, was one of the things that illustrated this, where we inundate our audience with a lot of information and it disconnects us from really getting the message across. And the key to effective 21st century presenting was illustrated in the Venn diagram that Phil had made, where it involved storytelling, effective use of visuals, and great speaking. But the main thing that ran in between all of them was a simple and clear message. Now, Gar had illustrated the use of video and multimedia, and video especially, as being an emotion generator. And I think to have people walk away from your presentation and really remember it, I think it's good to connect with their emotions. There's a saying, people remember not necessarily what you said, but how you made them feel. I think that's good to remember when we make speeches in the 21st century, is connecting with the human aspects and the human experience. Now, when I looked at the every presentation ever, I saw a lot of things that I have struggles with, and presentation anxiety in general, and I get it. And I have an overall uneasiness with accepting myself and in a group of people, and I judge myself, and I go through this internal dialogue. And that's something I think that I'll be able to overcome by the three goals that I've set, which is identifying a simple and clear message. I think I'll be able to do that by starting small and really knowing what I want to say, and then breathing life into it through the use of effective stories, which is my second goal, improving my storytelling abilities. And I think I'll be able to do that by by paying attention to people who tell good stories and molding myself from that, and also just connecting with things that connect to me and to other people. But last, but definitely not least, just becoming more comfortable and being myself in front of a group of people. So that's where I'm at now. What I could do better: time management, I'm already over. What am I doing really well? I think at this point, the professional execution. You can hear me. I think I'm lit pretty well. I have a very plain background. It's dark, but most of the walls in the building that I'm in are dark. But I think the lighting works. So according to the Professor Becky Lane's video, I think I'm doing pretty well in that. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this time with me, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Hope you're having fun. Have a great night.